Hey guys, right now there are 179 condos for sale in Windsor, Ontario. What if I told you there's only about, at any given time, two or three condos that are worth investing in? With me is my teammate Sadi Greco. I always want to call her Sadie Morrow because I've worked with her forever, but she got married
Yes.
to a Greco. Welcome to our monthly market update, Sadie.
Hi.
Why only three? Why only three? There's 179. There's got to be more than three.
Well, there's a lot to consider when you're looking to invest in a condo. So there's a ton of buildings in the city, great buildings to live in and to invest in. But depending on what that building is, it's going to depend on, your condo fees, your taxes, the cost that you're actually purchasing the condo. So there's only a few out there that are really going to be something to actually invest in, be worth in investing.
And you're looking at, I mean, certain buildings are definitely run better than other buildings
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. You definitely have to consider that when you're looking at investing in a condo. Is it well managed? Because
Okay.
that goes farther than just the exterior of the building.
So on paper, to somebody from Toronto, for example, they might see 20 or 25 of those 179 condos cash flowing. You're saying, yeah, but some buildings are better than other buildings, and it starts getting
Oh, yeah.
narrowed down a bit more.
Yes, it does. And it
There
depends
you
on
go.
what style of rentals, too. They could be young professionals, students,
It depends what you want.
retirees. Yep. And,
Right.
or, the all inclusive executive rentals. So every different building can offer multiple different rentals.
And you guys thought you were just buying a condo, right? Right. This is a monthly market update, but we'll basically, since we got Sadie here, Sadie guys sells in most years more sort of used high-rise condos than anybody in Windsor. I would say all condos, but she's not married to a builder that's building condos.
Very close, but
We get all the used condos in established buildings. Yeah, guys. So we're going to get into the monthly market update here, and there are actually a couple of interesting things that are actually happening this time. We've had a few that it's been like a flatline market, but there's some interesting narratives right now that are definitely worth going over. If you're interested in investing in the Windsor area or you already invest in the Windsor area, again, we are the Vanguard team at Manor Realty. Yeah, we've been in Rep Magazine a couple times as one of the top 100 teams. I don't know quite how they measure that, but certainly we are pretty darn busy. And we used to be part of something called the Goodfellow Group, which you only got an invite to that if you're one of the top 1,000th of all teams in North America, and we got to meet a bunch of great people doing that. As always, guys, you can follow us at Windsor Ontario Real Estate. That's our channel on YouTube. You guys can just pause this video and grab that if you want to subscribe, or just subscribe below if you see this. Here's the monthly market update, Sadie. Sort of month over month. I'll say with that first line, it's the first time in a long time I've seen the number of total listings available for sale go up between April and May as opposed to going down. Right?
yep,
Because usually the spring thaw brings all the buyers and you see the existing inventory getting chewed up,
yeah.
right? The buyers are still out there, do you think? Do you think they're just holding back?
Yeah, I definitely think that the buyers are out there. I'm dealing with, you know, a ton myself, and I know our team has a ton of buyers that are kind of waiting around and, they're keeping their eye on things. And, a lot of factors are there that, persuade them into buying. But there definitely are buyers out there still.
Well, so the uncertainty of the market, I think, is holding people back. But what our mortgage specialist partners are telling us right across the board are tons of people are applying for mortgages again. And this has
Yeah.
only been going on for about 2 weeks, right? So right now, as we are presenting this, guys, it's early June. So that's what's called a lead measure. So if the mortgage guys are telling us, yeah, we're getting busy, we know that we're going to get busy, sort of 30 days down the road. So the real estate agents know that it's coming, and our team has listed a whole bunch of properties. We got a ton more properties too that aren't listed on the MLS. So depending on what you want to invest in at any given time, you got to let us know. You
Yep.
got to let us know you exist and what you're looking for, because like right now, Sadie, up on my screen on another tab, I'm writing an email to an investor group because they're asking me what do we have right now, because they know we always have unlisted properties. And I'm just giving them a quick bullet point of what we've got, right? For as a courtesy to, they'll probably mostly work with Greg or Steve on the multifamily stuff. But yeah, like right now, guys, I've got a 53 unit, fully renovated apartment building, fully rented, being sold at a true income approach to value, 6 cap. So, if you're able to buy an $18 million building, like that's available to you, and it's never, ever, ever going to hit the MLS. We got a call today from. We do a lot of damage mitigation, guys. So we do a lot of power sales and that sort of thing for lots of different institutions, especially from Toronto. And one of the accounting firms from Toronto just reached out to us today and asked us to list a 2 building, 4 unit commercial complex in the east end of Windsor. No power sale. So, guys, you gotta let us know what you're investing in, because if you're waiting for the MLS with us, you'll be waiting a long time. Because half our sales, man, I don't know why I just sung that, but half our sales never jazz hands. Half our sales never hit the MLS with the income properties. Like, forget it. Just you
Yeah.
gotta let us know you exist, man.
Yeah. Even condos.
What's the say
Even
again?
even condos. There's a lot of investors who invest in condos as well, who are always asking, do you have something coming up? Or we have, we're looking for a rental. We need this, we need that. So same thing with condos.
Well, yeah, think about it, guys. Like Sadie just said, at any given time, there's only like maybe 3 condos for sale on the MLS that excite her. Well, you got to remember, she's got over 10 years of selling these guys and gals condos that do cash flow. So when they're looking to resell them, right, she's already got the buyers that want the cash flow in condos. Those will never hit the MLS because she knows she's already got the investor for that condo. Does that make sense, Sadie? That's right, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got my top list of buyers, investors who like to reinvest.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, repeat investors, guys, because once you start making money with these systems, you keep going, right? So tons of repeat clients. Back to the market summary here. You'll notice again, guys, we use median sales price. This is row number 2 here. And median is down slightly, but really that's a flat line. That's minuscule month over month. We're not worried about that. A couple of birds, the little birds on the team told me that the average home price is a significantly different number. How much is that? Do you know?
Yeah, I think the average price is around 556,000. So it's not an extreme difference, but it
Yeah.
is a different enough to take notice.
So, guys, why there's a difference is if a bunch of people are buying more expensive homes, right? So think about it, right? Think about how many people have gotten wealthy by not following the herd. So they know interest rates are low right now, and they know that this uncertainty in the market is going to dissipate over the next 2 or 3 months as Canada strikes up a trade deal and security deal combined with the United States. And everything I'm reading is expected in 2 to 3 months, right? And even guys like Dougie Ford have said it, right? They say what their analysts are telling them. So I would say our more sophisticated, more wealthy investors and professionals, they're buying the bigger homes right now because there's less competition and there's low interest rates. So they're comfortable waiting out the uncertainty of the market, right? Whereas somebody that's more in the $400,000-$500,000 range, am I going to have a job tomorrow? And it's a legitimate concern. But that's why I think you see average a home price higher. Median just looks at what the middle sale. If there's 400 sales in April, what did the 200th house in the middle sell for? And to me, that's much more accurate. So to me, prices haven't moved much, right? Months of inventory, again, this continues to climb, guys. It's gone up to 8 months. What that means is that you as an investor have more choice right now than you're going to have in 3 or 4 months from now when everybody starts feeling safe and comfortable again, right? A days on market to me, 34 versus 32, tomato. I'm not, that's a flat line. And same with sales to list ratio. So things are selling at about the asking price, but you can tell that there still must be some bidding wars because it's slightly above a listing price, right? Yeah. And we do get bidding wars. Certain houses in suburbia still get them. Any comments before I move on? let's keep moving. So again, sales down year over year 1%. Again, tomato. It flatlined.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it should be more robust right now, guys. Like it's like I mean, look, 2025 are the yellow lines, and look how it's trailed every single stinking month year over year until this month, right? Where May kind of caught up to May in 2024. But I mean, this has been, and the funny thing is, our team did really, really well in January, February, March, and we didn't do so well in April when the sales went up. So yeah, I don't, I don't know why that happened, but yeah, that was an interesting discrepancy. Again, here, there you go, Sadie. There's your average price, 556.
Yeah.
But I mean, guys, average isn't a great indicator. I might take that out of future presentations. Actually, I don't like average. You can see market activity's way up. What this is basically, it's a combination total of all accepted offers on house, like firm deals on houses, and also number of listings. So the sales are down, but you can see the market activity is way up overall, and that's because of the number of listings. Tons of people have listed their properties, which is a good thing. This is an interesting one to me because look at all the sales that skewed between 420,000 and 550, right?
Yeah.
Like usually the last few months, these would the last year, this range here, the 420 to 550 and the 550 to 700 was about the same,
Yeah.
right? And these two here were lower in sales. So what's happened is the 300 to $550,000 range has gone significantly up in number of sales, and 550 to 700,000 has stayed roughly the same. But then look at this: there was more going on here in this 1.5 million plus range until very recently. So those new home builds that are sort of luxury homes, we call them McMansions, but they are really, I mean, they're on tiny pieces of land too, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they put these big houses on tiny pieces of land. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
We'll sell them to you, but it's just, yeah, McMansions. They slap them together. But you can see the McMansions are not selling right now, right? People are keeping it under $1 million, but the sales under $1 million, so from 700 to 1.5 million, that's still a really healthy number of sales for our city, right? So, but you can see that if I had a big arrow, it would be going from the right side of this graph to the left. So people are still buying, but they're starting to buy 100 grand, 200 grand less on their properties. Does that make sense? All right. So, I mean, that's it in a nutshell. Sadie, do you want to add anything more on the condo side of things
Just the fact that, there's a lot more inventory compared to last year to this year. So
on condos?
on condos, yep.
Okay, good. Listen, that's great for the buyers. The buyer investors should really take note of the fact that you've got really low interest rates right now.
Yeah.
You've got an economy that's still growing in Windsor. We might get kicked in the shins temporarily around here. Like when Trump started announcing his tariffs, we got a Taiwanese company announcing another 1,149 jobs in a factory they're going to build in Windsor. All high skilled. These are not sort of unskilled line worker jobs, high skilled jobs. And you don't lose high skilled jobs in the ups and downs of economy. So, guys, like, you got to look as an investor, not sort of 1 week in front of your nose, man. You got to plan in terms of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. That's how you build wealth in a portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're worrying about today, you're not doing it right,
Yeah.
right? The only function of today that should be important to you is it's low interest rates now, and people are scared now. And as Warren Buffett says, be fearless when they are fearful, and be fearful when they are fearless. Right now, people are full of fear. As an investor, if you truly want to make wealth, you have to be fearless.
Mm-hmm.
Even if these tariffs are 25% across the board on everything in Canada, it would mean GDP would drop about 3% the first year, 1.5% the second year, and zero by year three. In other words, the economy is adjusted by year three. If you're looking to invest over 5 years, 10 years, And you know, the Windsor economy is absolutely exploding. This is our second golden age, economically speaking, that our population is going to double by the time I'm an old man. And I'm getting there. Shut up, Sadie. But I mean, guys, like, I'm going to get off my soapbox here, but too many of you listen to the herd and you act
Yeah.
like a sheep in the herd. The people that make money are the ones that take advantage of situations like this. When everybody's scared, that's when you roll down that hill with your swagger and a big wad of cash. That's when you invest. Look, I'm in Old Walkerville right now, the distillery district. I own a beautiful 3-story commercial building that I'm in right now. Steve Druge, our teammate, owns another one of the big, beautiful old buildings in this area called the Crown Inn. Beautiful. There's a guy, Mike, that owns all the other ones.
Mhm.
He owns all the big buildings in Old Walkerville. And he never, ever bought them when you guys were fearless. He bought every single one of them when everybody was scared. Every single one of them. And now he's an older man. He's still a gentleman and a wonderful human being. And he's worth tons of money because when everybody was scared, he'd waltz down that hill nice and slow and methodical with that big wad of cash, and he'd buy up a deal or two. And that's what you got right now. I'm Rhys Trenhaile from the Vanguard team at Manor Realty. I'm pointing at you, man. Get off the fence. It's time.
Yeah.
Sadie, thank you for joining us today. So, guys, if you haven't invested yet because you're worried about a bad tenant in a duplex or something like that, then go to Sadie. Or if you're a professional that has to sleep at night and can't be worried about, a fourplex, like if you're a doctor, lawyer, accountant, call Sadie, right? Because condos are nice, safe investments that you can build up over time. All right. Okay, guys. Until next time.
All right. See ya.